Cara is looking to make a play. That's the way I see it.
Oh, good, Book. I'm glad you thought that way. And I want to take up something that Josh Matthews said before the commercial break. Josh, you called Sin Cara's actions last week despicable.
I'm not the only one that feels
Wait
that
a
way.
minute!
Whoa, wait a minute. I'm not talking about everybody else. I'm talking about yourself. You thought it was despicable. Did you have any opportunity to try to investigate that further and maybe ask Sin Cara what he thought about things?
Well, I haven't really asked Sin Cara because there is a language barrier. Oh, I don't speak Spanish, but I have asked a lot of experts and pundits how they feel about Sin Cara's actions as Sin Cara goes for the quick cover here.
Listen, you're the Jim Gray of Monday Night Raw. You're Mr. Interview
Check
Extraordinaire.
this out right here. My boy Sin Cara flying with the greatest of ease. Got caught up in the lights and Tyson Kidd took him hard.
So I got an idea. After this matchup's over with, no matter what happens, why don't you go up there and ask Sin Cara about his actions last week? Why don't you put him on the hot spot? Why don't you ask him the tough questions?
Oh, I told you I'm not bilingual. I don't speak Spanish.
I mean, come on, how difficult can it be?
And Sin Cara doesn't speak English.
Let me tell you
I'll run
something.
through this for a second. You walk up in the ring with a microphone, okay?
Okay. Hold on 1 second. Tyson Kidd hooks the outside leg. As Sin Cara got caught moments ago, Book.
Sin Cara was looking to capitalize, but got caught right there. Tyson Kidd, man, I told you guys, he is a true player of the game.
Okay, Josh, you go into the ring with a microphone, and you say, hey, Sin Cara, hola. That means hello. And then you say, donde está usted? That means, how are you? And then you say to Sin Cara, why were you mucho bado last
Tyson
week?
Kidd hooks the leg.
That means very bad. And his actions against Daniel Bryan.
Cole,
when he answers your question,
what is he
then all
talking
you have
about?
to do is go de nada, which means you're welcome, or muchas gracias, which means thank you.
I'll do it if you shut up, please.
You will do it. So you are going to try to interview this man?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Back and forth they go. Great kick.
God, you see that? He dropped all the way on down on Sin Cara. And Sin Cara just pulled it out. Wow.
Okay. Moment of truth time.
It's my boy.
Come on, the bilingual Josh Matthews. Come on, you said you were going to do it. Get in the ring and interview Sin Cara.
Hey, Josh, just say que paso. Que paso.
Que paso.
Que paso, my friend.
What up, Sin Cara?
You see what I said?
The closest Josh has got to speaking Spanish is a takeout window at Taco Bell.
Sin Cara. Spinneroonie in Spanish?
Of course I do. El Spinneroonie.
Sin Cara, excuse me. Excuse me, Sin Cara. Pardon. Sin Cara, I don't know if you can understand me because you don't speak English, but we've seen a more aggressive side from you over the past few weeks, and it's something we haven't seen from you before. So I'm just wondering if you can tell us all where this is coming from.
Why is he talking so slow?
Josh, I am an intense competitor.
Wait a minute.
This style and this aggression, it's me. Ese soy yo, the real Sin Cara.
That was great.
That was incredible. I'm telling you, Sin Cara just started working on English about a month ago. And the guy just spit for you. Did you hear that, man?
It was awesome. But now this, after that wonderful interview that Sin Cara just granted us all, interrupted by Mr. Money in the Bank, Daniel Bryan.
Cayate. What's that mean right there, Cole?
I don't know.
Sound good.
It actually means be quiet. I believe Rose is talking to the members of the WWE Universe here in attendance.
How did you know that?
7 years of Spanish.
Oh, sorry. So you can just go hang out with Rosa and Epico and Primo at a club.
Check Primo out. What Primo doing right now, man, is just taking it to the street, putting it on this boy right now.
So if you're going to ask Rosa out on a date, how would you approach that with your Spanish?
Primo continuing to work over.
Well, I know you're scared to talk to girls, but if you had to do it in Spanish, how would you do it?
I'd have to get my English to Spanish dictionary as Epico went off the tag.
Check it out. Beauty, that's what I'm talking about right there. Combinations from this tag team right here has been developing week in. Reminds me of a tag team from back in the day. Harlem Heat, 10-time World Tag Team Champion, great tag team.
Well, I understand you better start brushing up on your Spanish.
Why's that?
Booker, you better just brush up on your English.
Yeah, okay.
So now it's Primo and off the tag.
Hate is not a good word to use.
I hate you, Cole.
Well, you're not allowed to use that.
Great dancing done on the outside by Rosa Mendez, who Booker credits for the success of the tag team champions Primo and Epico.
Leave it to you to describe that as great dancing by Rosa.
It was great dancing. What are you talking about? I mean, that's what that's called.
She was shaking, rattling, and rolling.
What that's called?
1986
That's called the salsa. That's what that's called right there.
It could have been the merengue. I won a ballroom dance contest doing a salsa.
Who cares? Probably square dancing or something like that. You and JR was partners.
And Del Rio arriving here tonight in a Ferrari 360 Modena worth $160,000. Will Del Rio leave tonight as World Heavyweight Champion?
El Jefe. That means the chief.
I know that. Speak Spanish.
Yeah, okay, you don't speak English.
Perhaps this is what Yoshitatsu needs here on Friday Night SmackDown, a partnership with Santino to take his career to the next level.
I thought you were going to say a match for a change.
You know, sometimes that's what it takes, Josh. It takes somebody, you know, that knows the ropes. You know, actually, he knows the language as well. That'll help Tatsu right there. But
Wait a minute. Santino knows the language. He can barely speak English. He speaks Italian.
Tag was made
Tatsu
to
speaks Japanese. Rosa speaks Spanish. You can't even speak English. So this whole matchup makes no sense to anybody.
What me speaking English got to do with this? What you talking about, Cole?
Look at Ricky Ricardo over there with that.
It's Ricardo Rodriguez.
With that scarf, he's fanning Alberto Del Rio when he gets out of the ring just to cool him off. Unbelievable.
I mean, Del Rio's working very, very hard tonight. He's a tremendous athlete. I mean, there are rumors that he was going to run for president of Mexico, but he wants to be WWE champion instead.
That country's in bad enough shape, isn't it?
It'd be better if he took over.
Yeah.
And look at this. Hook cover. Hook of the leg on Kofi.
Miz is so good at being a talk show guest and so must-see that the show he was on a couple times this past month, George Lopez, got canceled after the Miz made so many appearances on there.
That wasn't the Miz's fault.
Miz told me yesterday he's in the running to take over as host now.
Look at this here. Ooh, he may well be. Can you imagine if Ziggler's team wins this? We'll never hear the end of it from Dolph.
What about Ricardo Rodriguez's relatives? His brother Jose, his other brother Jose B.
Randy Orton trying to fight back into this thing. His brother was Hose B. And look at this! Of course, Randy Orton, the son of Hall of Famer, Cowboy Bob Orton. Alberto Del Rio, great lineage as well. His father, Dos Caros, one of the all-time greats in Mexico. His uncle, WWE Hall of Famer, Mil Mascaras.
You love to talk about the relatives. As I mentioned last night, Survivor Series, why you guys never talk about Ricardo Rodriguez's relatives? His brother, Jose, and his other brother, Jose B.
I'm so glad you brought that back tonight. Well, not at all. Is now Kane. And again, still toying with Daniel Bryan, and a big right hand knocks Del Rio down.
But Del Rio comes from great stock. His father, Dos Caros, Uncle Mil Mascaros, the most egotistical, selfish human being that ever lived.
Yeah, but he's a Hall of Famer.
He's a Hall of Famer, and thank goodness that Del Rio got none of his bad traits.
I can't believe that you're calling someone egotistical. Off a right hand by Kane, knocking Ziggler down.
You didn't know Mil.
I think he's a wonderful man. Met him a couple of times. And plus, I know you.
I would say the greatest export that Mexico has ever given the world, Alberto Del Rio.
Oh! Tilt-a-whirl backbreaker.
Better than tacos?
I was going to go there, but I just didn't.
It's a good point. But yes.
One of the most alluring superstars in WWE. Sin Cara.
Did you just call him alluring? Why not call him adorable? Lovely. Did you call somebody cute?
How would you describe the primetime players, Darren Young and Titus O'Neil?
Certainly not alluring. I would describe them as being dominant, physical. These guys are specimens, Josh. They're unrefined. They have a lot of potential. Potential never paid the rent, but these guys are headed the right direction, and this today could be a huge and the biggest win they have if they can beat Sin Cara and Rey Mysterio.
A lot of people are calling the team of Sin Cara and Rey Mysterio underdogs, but Darren Young did defeat Sin Cara in singles competition last week. Mysterio would go on to defeat Titus O'Neil. So now tag team action.
They're alluring underdogs.
Mystifying and nearly impossible to stop is the high flyer known as...
And call him alluring like you did last week. R-Truth. Last week, Josh called this man alluring. Former CMLL champion. Would you call Sin Cara alluring?
Alluring.
That would be a no, Josh. I've never heard a sports entertainer called alluring before.
Alluring, I'm not familiar with that word. Alluring.
I think it's Spanish.
So we're... And now one of the most captivating superstars in all of WWE. The masked sensation.
Last week you called him alluring.
That was 2 weeks ago.
Alluring. Why didn't you just call him huggable?
And Rey Mysterio, as he's done to so many superstars in WWE, it's almost like Mysterio's blurring with his offense. He will bewilder and befuddle his opposition. It's the reason, JBL, that you sit ringside with me because of Rey Mysterio.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, remember he beat you?
Boy, Rey Mysterio's on fire here.
Well, I guess we won't be telling that story this evening here on Friday Night SmackDown.
Besides, I had a cold that day. I had the flu.
And the size disparity between these teams is just enormous. As you see Sin Cara in off the tag. Sin Cara translates to faceless. It's that message that Sin Cara wants to deliver, that, well, that mask allows Sin Cara to be an everlasting symbol
Maybe
here.
he's just ugly. Maybe, you know what? Maybe he's just an ugly human being.
Well, that
Have you ever seen
accusation
him without his mask?
has been thrown out.
Cody Rhodes says he's an ugly human being. Why? Maybe he is.
But Daniel Bryan doesn't wear a mask, and many people call him Goat Face.
Is that an ugly goat or is that a good-looking goat? There's a lot of different goats.
I didn't know there was such a thing as a good-looking goat here. Cesaro, the Swiss-born United States champion. His problem isn't with America. He actually loves America. His issue is with the American people. Claims that no American will defeat him for the United States Championship. Great counter there by Cesaro, staying one step ahead, which is easier said than done, of Sin Cara.
No American has. No American has defeated him for that championship. Doesn't have to worry about that here. Sin Cara's not an American. We're not even sure that he's a Mexican. We don't know because he's under a mask. And from what we understand, he's a very ugly human being, and that's why he wears a mask.
Sin Cara's from Mexico City.
How do you know that?
What do you mean, how do I know that? That's where he's from. There was a comic book based on Sin Cara in Mexico City.
How do you know he's not from Nova Scotia? How do you know he's not from Bermuda, Napton Hill, right near where I live? He's underneath the mask. He's obviously hiding something.
If Sin Cara was from Bermuda, he would be the most followed resident on Twitter. He would take your place.
No one take my place. I'm the most followed person in all of Bermuda on Twitter. JC Layfield.
And Sin Cara! Wow!
What a move!
How awesome was that from Sin Cara?
Wherever he's from.